Top 7 Strongest Militaries. What's up guys, Mr. Top 7's here, coming at you with a brand new video. If you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button below and drop a like on this video. If you've done this, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to respond to each and every one of you. With that said, let's get right into it. We love all things military. Hell, we've talked about everything from special operations to crazy weapons technology. But let's step a little further back and look at some truly impressive forces as a whole. Now we know this could cause some serious debate, so let's take a look at things objectively and measure the power of the world's varied militaries by things like the amount of attack aircraft, submarines, tanks, and personnel each one has. When you take opinion out of the mix and focus on statistical benchmarks, the results become surprising and quite unexpected. Number 7. Australia. Founded in 1901, the Australian Defence Force, or ADF, oversees the military organisation operations for the entire continent of Australia. Consisting of the Royal Australian Navy, Royal Australian Air Force, the Australian Army, and tri-service units, it kicks things off with a comparatively small 58,000 active frontline personnel. With a modest but significant by worldwide standards budget of just over $32 billion, Australia's forces also have a surprisingly low amount of tanks and aircraft in their fleet. However, they do have an impressively sophisticated technology department, but again, it's limited due to the relatively small size of their overall capability. Although they aren't quite comparable to many of the superpowers, Australia definitely holds their own. Number 6. Germany. Founded in 1955, the Bundeswehr, or Federal Defense, is the unified armed forces of Germany. Here's the thing though, although their budget exceeds that of $34 billion, and they maintain an active frontline personnel that pushes 180,000, there's a caveat. Despite their raw and rather historic power, they stay toward the bottom of our list today due to their lack of an aircraft carrier and power projection platforms. Not helping anything out, they're also coming up light on submarines when compared to other forces. However, what they lack in underwater and aircraft carrying capabilities, they excel in with the amount of attack helicopters they have on hand. Like 'em or hate 'em, this historically recognized military branch is here to stay. Number 5. Russia. Established around the dissolution of the Soviet Union in early 1992, the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation is the official military service of Russia. Comprised of the Russian Ground Forces, the Russian Aerospace Forces, the Russian Navy, the Russian Airborne Troops, and the Strategic Missile Troops. They're unquestionably one of the most powerful world militaries of all time, with a massive tank and aircraft fleet, and the third largest submarine fleet on the entire globe, with Kremlin military spending increasing by upwards of 1/3 just since 2008. They've demonstrated impressive force projection abroad after deploying soldiers in Syria. When your budget exceeds that of $65 billion, it isn't hard to figure out why. Number 4. India. Ranking 3rd in the total amount of troops, about 1.4 million to be exact, and boasting the world's largest paramilitary force of over 1 million strong, the Indian Armed Forces is a mighty powerful service. Consisting of the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, and Indian Navy, paramilitary organizations and the Indian Coast Guard also provide additional support. With a top-ranking amount of tanks and aircraft, in contrast to other countries, India's access and nuclear resource is expected to become the world's 4th highest spending military by the year 2020. Although it's still somewhat speculative, it's impossible to deny the sheer force of their service. Further accentuated by having the world's largest volunteer army, they take things really seriously. Number 3. China. Although their numbers certainly squelch those of almost everyone else's, China doesn't quite make it to our number 1 spot. However, the Chinese People's Liberation Army, or PLA, has a pattern of rapid growth in both size and capability that can make even the bravest man run. With the world's 2nd largest tank fleet and the 2nd largest submarine fleet, their military technologies are absolutely mind-blowing. In fact, technologies like ballistic missiles and 5th generation aircraft are all thanks to China's notable military modernization program. Consisting of the Ground Force, Rocket Force, Strategic Support Force, Air Force, and Navy, this 5-service operation is certainly impressive, if not altogether formidable. Number 2. The United States. Consisting of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard, the United States Armed Forces come in at number 2, but rank as the number 1 country-based military organization, playing an integral role from the very moment the country was formed, and dating as far back as 1775. The US Armed Forces are the absolute highest spender, somewhere over $600 billion, and have the most aircraft and aircraft carriers by a wide margin than any other country. With razor-sharp Navy technology and the world's largest nuclear arsenal at hand, their 1.2 million active personnel, with another 800,000 waiting in reserves, cement their position as one hell of a force to be reckoned with. Number 1. NATO. While not specifically one country, there's certainly a group, and when it comes to the overall scope of things, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Intergovernmental Military Alliance of 1949 takes the cake. Constituting a system of collective defense, NATO began assuming its current position in the world around the time of the Korean War, transforming the once political association into an all-out world power. While the headquarters are located in Brussels, Belgium, 28 states claim membership, and their operation accounts for over 70% of the global total for military spending. When it comes to enforcement and jurisdiction, it's a no-brainer to see why they take the top spot. Long committed to the peaceful resolution of disputes, they're an arguably good presence to have when it comes to overall military control. Thanks for watching Interesting Top 7s. Which of these countries was your favorite? Drop me a comment. And if you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button below and turn on notifications for new videos every week. Until next time, Mr. Top 7 signing off.